Welcome to The Explainer. Today, we're tackling something that literally anyone who's ever owned a car can deeply relate to. I want you to just take a second and think about that universal sense of dread. You know the exact feeling. Your phone rings, it's the mechanic, and you just know deep down in your gut, the repair bill they're about to quote is going to totally ruin your week. Or maybe it's that creeping anxiety every single time you turn the key, wondering, is today the day the engine finally just gives out? Dealing with stressful maintenance and skyrocketing repair bills can turn a vehicle you once absolutely loved into a massive daily headache. Well, today, we're breaking down a comprehensive guide on exactly how to handle these damaged, unwanted vehicles and how to know for sure when it's finally time to just let them go. Okay, let's dive into this. Here is our roadmap for today. First step, the harsh truth of the money pit reality. Second, warning signs. Third, the financial tipping point. And finally, the easy cash solution. Starting with Part 1, the money pit reality, when cars become liabilities. I want to pose this highly relatable question directly to you. Is your car costing more than it's worth? Honestly, for so many car owners across Queensland, Victoria, and New South Wales, this is an everyday struggle. Owning an old, damaged, or completely non-running vehicle just becomes exhausting. Think about the endless cycle we get trapped in. You've got registration costs that seem to hike up every single year, insurance premiums on a car you barely even trust to make it to the grocery store, exorbitant towing fees when it inevitably leaves you stranded, and those never-ending trips to the mechanic. At a certain point, that chunk of metal sitting in your driveway stops being a useful asset and actively starts acting like a vacuum on your bank account. That brings us to Part 2, warning signs diagnosing your vehicle. Now, what's really interesting about this breakdown is how we can group all these frustrating, overwhelming car problems into three distinct, easy-to-digest categories: safety risks, costly mechanics, and everyday annoyances. By structuring it exactly like this, you can quickly diagnose the overall health of your car without feeling totally swamped by some massive laundry list of faults. Let's break these down. First up, safety risks. Listen, this is the critical stuff. We are talking about squealing brakes, a soft brake pedal, uneven tire wear, frequent punctures, and damaged suspension springs that make your car bounce all over the place or pull hard to one side. I need to be urgently clear here. Problems with your stopping distance or your ability to control the vehicle aren't just expensive annoyances. Worn tires drastically reduce your grip on the road, and faulty brakes, well, they obviously kill your stopping power. Combined, these issues make the car dangerously unsafe, especially if you're driving in wet weather or heavy traffic. If your car falls into this bucket, consider it a massive red flag. Next, let's look at costly mechanics. Oh boy, these are the massive wallet drainers for sure. We're looking at slipping transmission gears, the car jerking violently while you drive, steam billowing out from under the bonnet, repeated engine overheating, and those mysterious, multicolored puddles of leaking fluids on your driveway. I gotta warn you right now, these specific symptoms are notorious budget killers. Manual or automatic transmission faults, or a blown head gasket from overheating, those are incredibly labor-intensive to fix. Actually, honestly, a lot of times, replacing a transmission or rebuilding an engine on an older car will cost entirely more than the vehicle itself is even worth. Finally, we've got electrical and comfort issues. You know the drill. That dreaded clicking sound when you turn the key, flickering headlights, random power failures, warm, muggy air blowing out of your AC in the dead of summer, and cracked or peeling paint. Now, on their own, faded upholstery or a blown AC fuse might seem kind of minor, but look at the bigger picture here. When you combine those comfort issues with endless jump starts and complex, ghost-in-the-machine electrical faults, the writing's on the wall. Together, these symptoms clearly signal a dying vehicle that's just going to continually nickel and dime you. Moving on to Part 3, the financial tipping point, making the smart choice. So the crucial point is this. The financial tipping point is that exact stage where the cost of your necessary repairs, your towing, and your rego actually becomes higher than the resale value of the car itself. I really want to emphasize that keeping a car, once it's crossed this mathematical threshold, isn't a badge of honor. You're not being frugal anymore once you cross this line. It's just bad economics. And this brilliantly illustrates the terrible imbalance you face. Imagine a giant scale. On one side, you have these heavy mounting costs, the repairs, the constant towing, the yearly registration. On the other side, you've got the car's current value, which, let's face it, is actively dropping every single day due to its age, any past accidents, and all those mechanical faults we just talked about. It's a losing game when you keep pouring money into something that simply isn't worth it anymore. So how do you know for sure it's time to pull the plug? Well, here are the absolute clear-cut indicators. The car is unsafe to drive, the repair costs are more than the car is worth, it's just been sitting unused for ages collecting dust, the registration is expired and way too pricey to renew, or it's severely accident affected. I really want to empower you with this thought. Deciding to sell under these conditions isn't giving up on your car. It's a smart, highly practical choice to protect your wallet, cut your stress levels, and stop throwing good money after bad. Which perfectly cues up part 4, the Ezy Cash solution, effortless vehicle removal. Here's the really beautiful thing about this solution. It's incredibly versatile. They accept cars, vans, utes, SUVs, 4WDs, trucks, forklifts, and, crucially, scrap, unregistered, and totally non-running vehicles. I want to reassure you right now, it literally does not matter if your car is heavily flood-affected, a complete non-runner with a blown engine, or just an unroadworthy hunk of metal taking up garage space that you haven't touched in a decade. They take the whole shebang, in any condition. Plus, this isn't just some small local op. They have a massive footprint across 3 entire states, Queensland, Victoria, and New South Wales. We're talking metro areas, outer suburbs, coastal locations, industrial zones, and even regional towns. This is a huge advantage because it ensures you can get this sorted whether you're right in the heart of a busy city or out in a quieter regional spot. Let's see how this builds into a completely frictionless exit strategy for you. It's literally just 3 simple steps. Step 1, call 0499-123-100 for a free quote. Step 2, arrange same-day car removal. Step 3, get paid immediately. Notice what's missing there? Yeah, there's absolutely 0 repairing, 0 cleaning, 0 paying for online ads, and 0 waiting around all weekend for sketchy private buyers to show up and kick the tires. It's perfectly streamlined. To sum up the value proposition perfectly, just listen to this. Turn your unwanted vehicle into instant cash without paying for towing, repairs, advertising, or hidden removal charges. That lack of hidden fees is a real game changer. You don't pay a dime for the tow truck to come rescue that broken down car. You just get the absolute convenience of a crazy fast service and instant cash in your hand. Well, we've covered the money pit reality, all those glaring warning signs, the actual financial math of knowing when to sell, and of course the perfect solution to get it done. So I'll leave you with this final provocative thought. What is currently sitting in your driveway right now? And is it finally time to let it go? I challenge you to honestly evaluate your own vehicle today. If it's become a driveway money pit causing you nothing but grief and stress, you are now fully equipped to make the smart, profitable call. Thanks so much for joining me on this explainer, and hey, happy driving, or in this case, happy selling.